trapped between life and death as her car lies upside down in the ravine, and she faces the impossible choice between cutting off her leg or drowning. The film begins by showing a woman named Mallory who is driving toward the city of Denver to attend the rehearsal for her wedding. Mallory is about to marry her boyfriend, Brad. At this moment, Brad is already in Denver waiting for Mallory's arrival. Since the journey is still quite long, Mallory decides to pull over and rest for a while.
I'm following my GPS, it's fine.
Not long after, Mallory's younger sister Ella calls her to ask how she is doing. While they are chatting, Ella suddenly asks whether Mallory is truly happy about the wedding that is about to take place. Mallory quickly answers that she is happy with it. However, deep down, Mallory still feels uncertain about marrying Brad. Even so, she chooses to pretend to be happy so that the people around her will not be disappointed. After resting enough, Mallory continues her journey.
I can't see how you are.
She decides to take a longer route so she can enjoy her solitude a little longer. But suddenly, her car breaks down. Mallory tries to call for help, but unfortunately, her phone has no signal at all. The road is completely deserted, leaving her with no one to ask for help, and she is forced to try fixing the car herself. As she prepares to repair it, a mysterious man named Christian arrives and offers to help. Grateful, Mallory allows Christian to work on her car. While he is fixing it, they start talking to each other.
No, I used to come out here with my dad and...
Mallory asks Christian why he is walking along such a deserted road. Christian explains that he often comes to the area for hiking. He says he lives not far from there and is actually on his way home after finishing a hike when he happened to notice Mallory's broken-down car. That is why he decided to help her. After a while, Christian successfully repairs Mallory's car.
When was the last time you had her serviced?
Mallory is very grateful to Christian because, thanks to him, her car is running again. As a token of appreciation, she offers him a ride. However, Christian declines because he doesn't want to trouble her. At first, Mallory intends to leave him behind, but out of pity, she decides to insist on giving him a lift. Before long, Christian approaches her car and accepts Mallory's offer to drive him home. During the trip, Mallory and Christian talk about their families.
She is the perpetually single type.
You tell someone, might as well be a stranger you're never going to see again.
Then, Christian tells Mallory that their meeting feels like destiny. From that moment, he begins saying strange things, making Mallory feel uneasy. She quickly pulls over and asks him to get out of the car, but Christian just sits silently, staring at her with a disturbing look.
It's not that big. I think you can do it.
Frightened, Mallory tries to get out of the car, but Christian stops her. He then pulls out a knife and orders her to keep driving. If she refuses, he threatens to kill her on the spot. Christian demands that Mallory take him to his cabin nearby. Along the way, Mallory notices a guardrail at the edge of a steep cliff. Realizing that Christian isn't wearing a seatbelt, she comes up with a desperate plan to kill him by crashing through the barrier so the car will plunge into the ravine. Even though this could also cost her life, Mallory decides to go through with it. As a result, the car crashes into the ravine. The accident causes Mallory to briefly lose consciousness. When she comes to, she is shocked to find herself trapped inside the car, with her leg pinned between the seats, leaving her badly injured. Meanwhile, Christian has been thrown from the vehicle and lies unconscious outside. Mallory frantically tries to free herself and escape before Christian wakes up, but she struggles due to her trapped and injured leg. Soon after, Christian regains consciousness. He approaches Mallory with the intent to kill her, but upon seeing her pinned leg, he changes his mind and instead says goodbye. Mallory pleads with him to help her out of the car, but he refuses and chooses to walk away, leaving her behind. Panicked, Mallory screams desperately for help, but her cries go unheard as she is now stuck at the bottom of the ravine.
I don't think you realize how much...
Hours pass, and night finally falls. The temperature around Mallory begins to drop drastically. Luckily, she finds a piece of clothing nearby to help keep herself warm. In her desperate condition, Mallory tries to fall asleep. The next day, she is still trapped inside the car. To ease her hunger, Mallory drinks water, but soon her supply runs out, leaving her starving and thirsty. She searches for food around her, but finds nothing edible. Not long after, Christian returns to her location, bringing food and drinks. There, he forces Mallory to tell him the story of her first sexual experience. Believing that he would give her food afterward, Mallory reluctantly shares her story. However, once she finishes, Christian eats all the food himself, leaving her furious. Once again, he abandons her there.
No, you don't.
Please! Shit!
That night, Mallory finds a lighter nearby. With it, she builds a small fire to keep warm. In order to survive, she must also find food. Despite her limited mobility due to her trapped leg, Mallory manages to catch a passing rat. With great reluctance, she kills it, takes some of its meat, and cooks it over the fire. She also resorts to drinking her own urine to quench her thirst. The next morning, Mallory discovers her phone lying not far from the car. With great effort, she manages to grab it. Just as she is about to call the police, Christian shows up again. Mallory quickly hides the phone to prevent him from taking it. Christian then reveals to her that he is currently holding a family hostage in a nearby cabin. It becomes clear that Christian is a psychopath who thrives on watching others suffer and die slowly. That is why seeing Mallory trapped in the car without food or water gives him so much pleasure. Suddenly, Mallory's phone rings, and Christian snatches it from her. He smashes the phone, making sure she can't contact the police. After that, Christian hands her a hacksaw, demanding that she cut off her own leg to free herself. Of course, Mallory refuses and is too terrified to do such a thing. She tries different ways to use the saw to escape, but nothing works. That night, heavy rain pours down, and Mallory feels grateful as she is finally relieved of her dehydration. Sometime later, Christian returns once again. This time, Mallory attempts to attack him with the knife he dropped during the crash. She then takes his car keys from his pocket and activates the car alarm, hoping someone will hear it. To stop him from disabling it, Mallory throws the keys away, forcing Christian to frantically search for them. Unable to find them, he is left with no choice but to open the hood of his car to shut off the alarm. Before long, a police officer hears the alarm along with Mallory's cries for help. However, Christian intervenes and prevents the officer from discovering her location. As a result, Christian successfully drives the policeman away.
Yeah, you're right. God, this damn weather.
San Francisco to Denver.
That makes Mallory deeply devastated, as several days have passed without anyone coming to help her. To make matters worse, the heavy rain causes the river to overflow, and the floodwaters begin submerging her car. If she doesn't act quickly, Mallory will drown. She briefly considers cutting off her own leg to escape, but fortunately the powerful current loosens the car seat that had pinned her leg, freeing her at last. Overwhelmed with relief, Mallory swims toward the shore. She follows a narrow path until she discovers a cabin. From inside, she faintly hears cries for help. Mallory realizes that Christian must be there, torturing the family who owns the cabin. Feeling both pity for the victims and a burning desire for revenge against the man who nearly destroyed her, Mallory decides to confront him. She carefully enters the cabin and finds the corpses of the cabin owner and the police officer whom Christian had earlier intercepted.
That they do.
Christian himself is now wearing the officer's uniform, using the disguise to more easily kill unsuspecting people he encounters. Without his knowledge, Mallory takes the officer's gun, intending to kill him. She then enters a room and frees a girl named Katie, the daughter of the cabin owners. Suddenly, Christian bursts into the room to check on Katie. Mallory tries to shoot him, but he proves quick and manages to dodge the shot. A struggle breaks out between Mallory, Katie, and Christian. Mallory tells Katie to run while she stays behind to fight him. A chase ensues throughout the cabin.
He managed to get out. Almost.
Go away from me!
Mallory eventually outsmarts Christian, catching him off guard. She pushes him from the second floor, causing him to fall directly into a bear trap he had set around the cabin to stop his victims from escaping. The trap gravely injures him. Mallory approaches and tells Christian that she wants him to experience what she went through, trapped, helpless, and without anyone to save him. She and Katie then leave him behind to die in agony.
Maybe you just got in the wrong fucking car!
Shortly after, Christian succumbs to his injuries and the story comes to an end.